Hello again, and here we are at Perfectly Paranormal, episode 151. My name's Annaschmidt, and I'm here every week to share with you true paranormal encounters and information about devils, demons, and dark energy beings that no one else talks about. And today you're going to hear the lowdown on storms. And do they enhance paranormal activity? I'm a little bit in two minds about this, but we will see. So, do spirits and dark energy beings feed on the heightened electrical charge in the air? And how does it all work during storms? I've never really thought about it much until I had someone ask me this very question. My opinion, as always, kind of differs from most people's, but we'll get into it and we'll see where we end up. We're going to do a little bit of background work here first, just briefly, looking at electromagnetic energy in our bodies and in spirit bodies. I do feel that ghosts or spirit energy, they're present all the time. And some of those, they're sort of stuck in that earth reality for many different reasons. And I believe that the possibility that they are still carrying electromagnetic energy. Now, does this electromagnetic energy that possibly makes up their spirit energy or part of their soul energy, now people are going to poo-poo this. And scientists say that ghosts are not made of any tangible scientific material, but electromagnetic energy, it just makes sense. And what are storms? Storms are electromagnetic energy. Now, our physical bodies, they're made up of all these fleshy bits, but the chakras, meridian lines, the human body torus field, and the heart torus field are made up of electromagnetic energy. And that energy has to go somewhere when the physical body dies. It doesn't just poof off into the environment. It's got to go somewhere. So why can't it be part of the spirit or soul or ghostly energy that spirits who are still in the earth reality still contain? And it would kind of make sense that that's why spirits can activate electromagnetic detectors or EMF detectors, electromagnetic field detectors. Now, Einstein did say that all energy of the universe is constant, and then it can neither be created nor destroyed. So if we look at storms, what are storms? Now, storms are energy. They create highly charged energetic particles in the atmosphere, especially if lightning is present. Lightning is an electrostatic discharge, an electric current, if you want to look at it that way, released between two electrically charged areas, one being the storm clouds and the other being the ground. And this energy may energetically affect everything sensitive to that energy in between. Now, that can be us, it can be the animals, it could also be the spirits in our environment, possibly the elementals, possibly the dark energy beings. We'll be focusing on spirits today. And I do wonder, when people experience digital communication issues, flickering lights, they have blackouts, or unexplainable rational issues with electrical devices, can they be explained by increased paranormal activity during storms and periods of lightning? Now, I know I feel heightened during storms, whether it's on Earth, but also during solar flares or any type of cosmic activity that kind of radiates down here into the Earth. So are spirits electromagnetic energy affected by solar storms, solar flares, and geomagnetic storms, as well as the storms we have here on Earth? It's a big possibility because it's all a change in the electromagnetic energy around us and in the environment. Now, I did read online somewhere that our cortical brain activity and alertness can be heightened during storm activity. And this makes us more aware and some people a little bit more jumpy. So do we see or sense paranormal presence during these times? Because our brain activity is heightened. But if we look at pareidolia, which kind of can play into storm activity, when I was thinking about this, I'm like, pareidolia has to play a part in the brain activity, in the way that we sense patterns in our environment, because that's basically what pareidolia is. Does pareidolia play a part in storm activity too? Because people, especially those who are paranormally minded, want to experience strange happenings. They just do. It's just part of our makeup is we want to see it. We want to feel it. We want to hear it. We want to know it's around us. We'll go looking to see spirits or shadowy figures or dark shapes sort of darting about here and there. And does this happen when we've got flickering lights? Does it happen when we've got storms happening, when there's lightning? Is our brain activity heightened enough that we think we're seeing energy beings around us, whether they're spirits or other types of beings? It's all very complicated. But I believe our brain can create these scenarios because we're getting the adrenaline pumping, like we're feeding our paranormal fix. Because for a lot of people, they're not satisfied unless they know what is in the environment around us. We all have some level, most of us, have some level of paranormal addiction, as I call it. Usually it's a paranormal curiosity. Before continuing our spooky content, I'm excited to announce that you can now text my podcast. Yes, indeed, with a question or a comment, or even suggest a paranormal topic for a future episode. The feature doesn't allow me to respond to your text, but I will indeed give you a shout out in a future episode. And if you're interested in leaving a text, you'll find the text link in the show notes. So let's get back to our episode. Now, I did think about debunking. Of course, you always debunk, because debunking is really, really important during normal weather, but also during storm activity, because knocking, scratching, wafting breezes, flickering lights, weird noises could all be contributed to extreme or not so extreme changes in the environment around you or in, on, under, above or around the structure of your home. Is there loose roof sheeting? Are there doors that don't lock properly or securely, or are there gaps in the windows? Is it an old house? Does it need some renovating doing to it? Or do doors, I've got a door, my front door in particular, used to make this whistling sound, and I finally worked out where it was coming from. And as soon as I put that sort of foamy tape around the door, the whistling stopped. The strange noises stopped. It wasn't paranormal activity. I didn't think it was to start with. But some people, if their brains go to that far reach instantly and they're like, oh my God, there's something at my front door. I can hear that sound. It might just be that your door needs some attention. I mean, this is an old house. So I've gone round and I've plugged up all the gaps and I've filled all the doors so that we don't get whistling or strange sounds coming through the doorways when we've got a storm. So if we're looking at the pareidolia again and the adrenaline fix, that sort of adrenaline pumping action that people want, who hasn't seen storm activity used in movies to heighten the sense of fear, dread, paranoia, anxiety, worry in the actors as they're, playing out the story, but also in the people watching the movie, the viewers, who are literally sitting on the edge of their seats, just waiting for that spooky jump scare to jolt them out of their skin. It's something that we do. We're programmed, our brain's activity is programmed to look for paranormal activity, whether it's during storms or whether it's we wake up in the middle of the night and we can see something in the corner. Our brains are programmed to look for paranormal activity. It's just what society has done to us. So when you're aware of that and you cotton onto it, you sleep through the storms. You're not frightened of storm activity creating more paranormal activity. I think storms basically make us think spirits are more susceptible. We've been trained to think that way. It's one of those things, if you hear it often enough, it's seeded into your brain that storms are going to enhance paranormal activity. I have to tell you, I can go out day or night and get the same level of paranormal activity. Night doesn't make a difference when I go out. Spirits are here 24/7. Dark and demonic beings are in places 24/7. The time of the day, this is my opinion only, the time of the day doesn't make a difference. So I don't think that storm activity actually makes a difference either. But we don't get many storms here, so I'm going to have to test the theory next time we do get a storm and just see whether we do get more paranormal activity. But don't hold your breath, because it doesn't happen here all that often. You know, it's just, I find spirits are everywhere all the time. Now, in episode 152, in the next 2 weeks, I have a interview that I divided into 2 parts with Amy Marone. She's going to be joining us to share with you her amazing journey. Like, we talked for ages. Really lovely, interesting lady. She had this mysterious medical condition, and she had a near-death experience that led her into now working as a spiritual hypnotherapist, a channeler of light beings, and a metaphysical healer. Amy's journey was such an eye-opener to the power of the higher realms. I was just gobsmacked when I spoke with her. So join me next week to hear Amy's amazing story, and I look forward to spending time with you then. If you like the content of this episode today, please think about leaving me a rating and a review. What reviews do is they let other people know your thoughts about my supernatural subject matter. People love reading reviews, and we're spreading the word about the real paranormal world around us. I would really appreciate it. Now let's get back to the episode. So thank you for joining me today, and don't forget, if you want to share a paranormal experience just with myself, or you would like me to share one of your experiences through my podcast, you can do a voice recording, or you can write out your experience and I will read it exactly as you have written. You can email me at spiritualbeing44@gmail.com. And for information on paranormal house clearing, you can visit my website, Spiritual Being. You will find the address in the description box. And I look forward to sharing this spooky space again with you next week. And remember, life is perfectly paranormal.